Well, tonight is our final class of our cleansing series, and we are going to be doing a lymphatic class. So, supporting our lymphatic system, which is a really important thing to do, and movement is a really big part of that. So, the lymphatic system does not circulate on its own, it actually relies on muscle contraction to help pump all the lymph around the body. And hence why an asana practice can be super beneficial for supporting the lymphatic system. And also the movements in our asana practice are really well suited because our lymph nodes are situated in our neck, also down in our groin area as well. So some particular movements that we're doing and twisting are really great for helping to stimulate through the neck, chest, pelvis, and groin area where these like central parts of the lymphatic system are situated. So we're going to be doing work that really works in this area, shoulder stand as well at the end, and plow. And this kind of contract and release is a really nice therapeutic action for the lymph nodes. And that's it. Okay, so in the theme of cleansing too, if our lymphatic system isn't working well, our body doesn't really filter things well. So it is really important to make sure that this system is working well. And yeah, it's just one of those things, like I've mentioned throughout this whole series, is that our asana practice inherently supports our body in detoxification. In it doesn't detoxify things and it won't magically cleanse, but this is why it's an important regular practice to have our body working in an optimal manner, which supports the natural detoxification processes that exist within our body. So we're really just helping our body to do what is already capable of doing. But definitely movement is medicine and we need it. It's a lifestyle medicine that we absolutely need. Okay. So let's get sitting comfortably and make sure you've got a bolster, blocks if you need, and a blanket too if it's cooler where you are. Sitting comfortably and relax your shoulders down away from your ears. Placing your hands on your knees, palms down, close your eyes. And just becoming present in your environment. Noticing the sounds, the smells, the air temperature. And becoming aware of the sensations in your body. Maybe the tingling on your skin, or the feeling of your clothes resting on your body. And even the feeling of the breath moving in and out of your nose. Perhaps the wetness in your mouth. And just coming into Garuda mudra now. So just going to cross your thumbs over and hook them together to make a bird-like position with our hands. So palms facing in towards your chest and placing your hands over your heart center. So this is said to help stimulate the fire element and also balance element of air, which can really help to balance circulation throughout our body, helping to support our lymph circulation. So now holding this mudra and tuning into your breath. Inhaling and exhaling. And gradually starting to deepen your breath. Inhaling all the way down into the lower lobes of your lungs. And as you exhale, gently contract through your belly. And keep breathing steadily, but add some energy to it. So adding some emphasis, inhaling and exhaling. Nice, assertive, full, deep breaths. Notice how this is breathing clarity into your mind and energy into your body. Let's do 2 more breaths in this way. And exhaling, release your palms, hands to your lap, and we'll move into some Buranga breathing. So emptying out your lungs completely, and inhale. And say the sound. Goranga. Continue on. Goranga. 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 And one more time. Goranga. Return to your regular breathing pattern. And we're going to then open our eyes and situate ourselves against the wall. If you don't have a wall available, you can use your bolster. So if you have a wall available, taking your legs up the wall, moving your hips in nice and close. Yes. And legs up. And we're going to stay here for about 10 breaths before moving into some ankle rotations. If you don't have a wall available, you can go into a relaxed legs up in the air with the bolster underneath your hips. I'm going to stay here for this variation. It's a little bit more screen friendly for you guys, visual friendly. Just tuning into your breath, nice full yogic breathing. At the beginning of our practice here, just taking some time to perhaps set a sankalpa or intention for your practice. Supporting our body with its cleansing processes and any other intentions that you would like to bring to your practice. With our legs up the wall, we're really encouraging the blood flow down into our hips and also through the central line of the body where the lymph system runs. So all these vessels that the lymph fluid runs through is kind of through this central line down the torso and then branching out into the lymph nodes. Now, taking your awareness to your feet and your ankles, we're going to start with just pointing and flexing our feet. And just keep breathing naturally. And one more time each way. And then start to rotate around, making circles with your feet. And circle them back in the opposite direction. Can you hear my ankles cracking? A lifelong thing. And bring them back to center. Give them a little shake. And hug your knees into your chest. So if you have a bolster underneath your hips, slide it away. And if you are situated against the wall, you might like to slide your hips out just a little to create a bit of space. Hug your hips in and extend your arms out at shoulder height and take your knees over to the left. Starting really gentle, allowing your knees to move apart and softening into your hips. And then turning your head to look towards the right, bringing that rotation into your neck. Slowly bring your head back to center. Draw your navel in and raise your knees up. Take them over to the other side. Allow your knees to come apart, just a gentle twist for this early on in our practice. And just hanging out here, allowing your spine to settle, allow your hips to settle. And then rotate, turning to look to the left. One more breath. Slowly come up. Bring your knees back to center. And if you're against the wall, roll yourself over, press yourself up. And we'll come to situate ourselves on our mat, on our knees in thunderbolt position. So just sitting on your heels. And just placing your hands wherever they feel comfortable, because we're going to be working into our neck and shoulders now. So as mentioned at the beginning of the practice, is the whole area where our lymph nodes are situated. So just giving them lots of compression through this area. So chin in toward the chest. And then maybe dropping forward a little, going into a more relaxed and casual, personalized neck stretch. So just letting your head hang heavy and just very slow, controlled, gentle movements. Seeing if you can feel into any areas in your neck that just feel like they need a little stretch. Drawing your chin in toward your chest. And then inhale, slowly come up. Shoulders down away from your ears and lower your left ear down toward your left shoulder. Extend down into your fingertips. Raise your head back up to center and over to the right side, lowering your ear down toward your right shoulder. Come back up to center. And take some shoulder rolls. And as you go through the shoulder rolls, just taking your time. If you feel any gristly bits, just taking a little extra time there, linger a bit. Thinking of it as a little bit of manual therapy. And going forwards. Excellent. And interlock your hands behind you. And if you feel like you want a little bit of an extra toe stretch, tuck your toes under as you raise your arms up. And you can increase the intensity in this stretch through your feet and toes by taking your body weight back a little, which will increase the weight and the stretch on your toes. You're just raising your arms up, opening up through your chest, squeezing your shoulder blades together, maybe taking your gaze up. And slowly release. Shake out your feet. Excellent. Come back into child's pose. Take a big stretch, reaching out into your fingertips. And look forward, diving your chest forward. Belly to the floor, straighten out through your legs. Hands underneath your shoulders and your elbows in, forehead to the floor. Inhale, press into your palms, lift into a baby cobra. Exhale, lower down. And we're going to do 5 breaths, moving with your breath and gradually moving a little higher a little further into the pose with every breath. And inhale, come all the way up into Cobra. Make yourself comfortable and we'll hold here for 5 breaths. So if you don't feel ready to come all the way up, come down into a modified version or Sphinx pose with your forearms on the floor. So make the pose nice and active by pressing into your palms and reaching back into your toes. Lengthen out of your lower back and lift your heart center and chest forward. Look up. One more breath here. And lower your chin, knees to the floor, tuck the toes under and lift into your hips, coming into a modified downward dog position. Taking your time, feeling your way into the pose. Check that your fingers and thumbs are spread nice and wide, nice active hands. And reach into your sitting bones, begin to heel toe. Lift and lower your heels, going from side to side. Scoop in through your belly and inhale. Raise both heels high, lift into your sitting bones, press the floor away. Take a big stretch here and then exhale your heels down toward the floor. All right, we're going to go into a dynamic movement. Coming to inhale into stretching dog. So it's like Cobra, but your toes are tucked under, purely so that we can lift and transition back into downward dog. And we'll do this 5 times. So you're getting that nice movement through your armpit, opening through the chest and neck, and then exhaling, lifting back, working the pelvis, moving with your breath. Inhale. Exhale. All right. Inhale, come forward into plank position. Modified version. I'm going to make this dynamic as well because dynamic is fun. Fun and strengthening. Knees to the floor for the modified version. I prefer and highly recommend focusing on technique and working with your capacity versus doing it in an awkward manner that might actually hurt your back. So we're going to be doing 5 chaturanga, lifting to plank. Might look a little bit like a push-up, but I can assure you it's a yoga move. So the full variation will be to lower down and lift up. Modified version, knees to the floor and elbows in, lower, 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 look forward and lift up. So again, we're working on this armpit area here, working on through the chest here as well. So this one's just that pressing and lowering down, pumping through that lymph node area. So going in your own time, inhale, exhale, lower down. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to lower down. Oops, I switched the breath. It should be exhale to lift up. Sorry. Inhale to lower down. Exhale. We do it slightly differently when we do it in our sun salutes. And lift up. I'll do 2 more. Lift up. Lower down. Lift up. And knees to the floor. Arms down alongside your legs. Head forward and relax. Staying here for 5 breaths. Relax through your shoulders. And slowly pressing yourself up. Come to sit on your heels. Slide your hands forward, lift up through downward dog and walk your feet forward to meet your hands. My words want to come out back to front today. Everything feels like it's coming out slightly, slightly twisted. All right, folding forward. Inhale, slide your hands up your shins, flat back. Exhale, folding forward, bend the knees if you need to. Inhale, flat back. Maybe fingertips to the floor. Exhale, fold. Inhale. And exhale. Slowly roll up. And inhale, getting ready for sun salutes, reaching all the way up. Exhaling your hands down in front of our heart center. We'll go through 3 cycles of sun salutations. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump or step back into plank. And lower down. Inhale, up. Exhale, downward dog. Hold here for 3 breaths. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, take your foot forward, knee to the floor. Inhale. Oh, yes. Exhale. Hands to the floor, step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, raise the left leg up. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Again, inhale. Riding the breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Finding your breath. Taking your time, inhaling and exhaling. Inhale the right leg up. Exhale, step it through. Lunge, inhale. Exhale. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Step it through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Looking between your hands, jump or step your feet. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. One last time, inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Lift through the hips, scoop in through your belly. Press the floor away and lengthen your heels down, creating that nice sense of stability. Inhale, raise the right leg. Exhale, step it through. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Look between your hands and jump or step your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Moving straight into our standing postures now. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward, hinging forward at the hips, scoop up and in through your belly as you fold forward. So coming into a standing forward fold now, holding this position. Try and keep your hips stacked over your ankles and your heels. And if you like, you can take a belt around the soles of your feet to help draw your upper body forward. Staying here for another 3 full breaths. Inhale, reverse swan dive up or roll up to stand. Hands come to touch, exhale. Lower your hands down, clasping your hands behind your back. Press your palms together, roll your shoulder blades in toward each other and raise your arms up. And bend through the knees, fold forward. Lay your belly over your thighs, taking your arms up and over. So staying here if that feels strong enough, or if you'd like to go for a little more of a challenge, straightening out through your legs into double angle pose. So it's a forward fold with the chest and shoulder stretch. And just allowing gravity to draw your arms down. 2 more breaths here. And bending through your knees. All the way up to stand. Release your hands. Shoulders down away from your ears, just allowing everything to balance out after being inverted. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, sweep the hands down, touching the floor, bending the knees, coming into chair position. Modified version is to bring the hands to heart center, lift through the belly, nice and long through your spine as you lower down into your hips. Inhale, stretch all the way up, come up to stand, and then exhale, come down into revolved chair, opposite elbow to the outside of your knee, press your palms together, coming over to the right side first, turning to look over your shoulder. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale, over to the other side. Press your palms together. Keep lifting through your front body. Turn to look over your shoulder. Excellent. One more breath here. And inhale. Reaching up. Exhale. Hands to heart center. Take a breath. Now inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, folding forward, jump or step back into plank. Lower down. Inhale, Upward dog. Exhale, downward dog. Holding here for 3 breaths. Remember you to come down to child's pose at any time you feel like you need a rest. Now inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale. Step your foot forward, setting yourself up for high lunge. Navel drawing in, squeeze your hips. And have your feet hip distance apart so that you've got a nice stable foundation. Inhale, raise the arms up. And then exhale, take your left arm under, right arm over, intertwining your forearms into Garuda arms. If you can drop down into that front knee and raise your arms up, staying with your breath. Navel drawing in, lift through the spine. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, either vinyasa to the other side or step back into downward dog. Lower down, inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Take your time setting up your foundation. And inhale, raise the arms up. Exhale, take the right arm under, left arm over, intertwine the forearms. And then raise your arms up. Slowly release. Exhale. Back over to the other side, either downward dog or vinyasa. Inhaling up. Exhale, downward dog. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale. Taking your foot forward. Inhale. So we are going to go into revolved high lunge here. Following this, we're then going to go down onto our knee or revolved low lunge. So for a modification here, instead of dropping down into that back knee, you can if you like, but it's coming soon. If it feels too strong to go down elbow to the outside of the leg, just going into a standing twist. So if you can, left elbow to the outside of the right thigh, turning to look over the shoulders, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze your hips and press back into your back heel to help create stability. Inhale, reach up, come back to center and exhale. Hands to the floor. Lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Step it through. Inhale, setting yourself up. A nice stable foundation, palms together, taking your right elbow to the outside of the left thigh. So hips stay nice and neutral, and the rotation is coming through your spine. Ribs are spiraling through. Inhale, reaching up. Exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Inhale, raise your right leg up. Exhale, stepping your foot forward. Back knee to the floor. And inhale. Coming into a lunge. Exhale, taking your hands together and elbow to the outside of your right leg. If you'd like some more stability, tuck the back toes under, and this will help you feel a little bit more like you have the biofeedback of your toes to help you stabilize in this position. Inhale. Exhale, flow over to the other side. My tight groins are dying, just in case you wanted to know. Inhale, raise the left leg. Exhale. I'm faltering with the talking too. I'm like, oh my goodness. So for more stability, tuck the back toes under. Otherwise, inhale. Coming into a lunge, exhale. Elbow over to the outside of the thigh. See if you can soften down into your hips as you turn to look over your shoulder. Good. And slowly come back to center. Deep breath in, exhale, hands to the floor. Step back, lower down. Inhaling up. Exhale. Downward dog. Take a big breath here. Stretch out. Inhale, our last standing pose. Raise your right leg up. Stepping your right foot forward. Shift your weight forward onto this right leg when you come into standing split pose. So think less about trying to get your leg up high and more just about taking that leg up and trying to keep your hips as neutral as possible, hands to the floor. Soft knee for modified version or straight leg for the full version, and then raise that leg up, up, up. And once you've got your leg up, see if you can draw your torso in toward that standing leg. Exhale. Lower the leg down, step back. Inhaling up. Exhale. Downward dog. Inhale the left leg up. Exhale. Step your foot forward. Shifting your weight forward onto that left leg, starting with a soft bent knee. And if you feel like going to a full extension, straighten out through the leg as you raise your right leg up. Draw in through your belly, raise your leg, and then see if you can draw your torso in toward your standing leg. Slowly release. Step back, lower down. Inhale. Exhale. Let's take a rest. Going into child's pose. Forehead to the floor, arms alongside your body. And relax. All right, one more breath here. And slowly press yourself up. We're going to go into wild thing now on each side, coming from downward dog, three-legged downward dog. Just make sure you've got enough space either side of your mat. So we're going to raise one leg up and then twist in our downward dog, lowering our toes to the floor. It looks slightly different for everyone. It can look different on different days in our own body. So try to just really move slowly and gracefully in the pose, making sure you're controlling the whole movement. It's better to do a more modest variation of it than to get wild, as the pose might suggest. So if you want, you can watch my demonstration first if you're not sure what it is. Inhale, lift up. And raise your right leg up. Pop the hip open. And lower your foot down toward your buttock. And then you're just going to make sure that you've got full control here with your upper body, toes firmly planted on the floor. And then this floating foot reaches for the floor so you can bend through that supporting leg for an easy version. And then express out like that. So fluid version looks like. So where you can modify is to bend through the knees or to really express through your spine. You guys always hear me talk about how my spine is not very mobile, so it doesn't look as open, but yours might be able to lift through your chest, round through your spine and get a nice big stretch. then when you're ready, rotating back to center, both feet to the floor. Have to be careful not to hit the wall here. Raise the left leg up and open up through the hips and start reaching that back foot for the floor. Done. And just feeling into your body, moving around the pose as your body is craving or as whatever feels good. And then flipping back over. Coming into downward dog. Look to your hands. Jump your feet forward. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Exhale. Inhale, let's flow down to the floor. Exhale. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, fold, jump a step back. Belly to the floor. Drop all the way to the floor and take a really nice, relaxed, stretching cobra. So just taking your time. And then exhale. Lift back into downward dog, hold for 3 breaths. Now look between your hands and jump your feet to sitting. Okay. All right. Definitely got some circulation happening there. Definitely worked our groins, armpits, shoulders, neck. Happy lymph nodes. Happy lymph nodes, happy life, right? Bring the soles of your feet together. Coming into butterfly position. We'll start with just a static stretch. Elbows to the insides of your legs, pressing your knees down toward the floor. And just finding your breath. And as a dynamic variation to work into this groin and pelvic area, raise the knees up, hug them in, and then exhale using your hands, fold forward over your hips and just gently press your knees down. And inhale, exhale. One more time, inhale up, exhale. Inhale, extend your right leg out, bring your left foot in. Slide your hand down your right leg, reaching your left arm up and over. You are using this lower arm and hand to help draw you a little deeper into the pose. So just gently drawing against your ankle. Change sides. Bring your right foot in, left leg out. Slide the left hand down the left leg, reaching the right arm up and over. And then firmly grasp your lower leg to help draw your body down toward that leg. Inhale. Come up. Now bring the right foot to the outside of the left leg. And then try to stack your knees on top of one another. Both hips firmly planted on the floor, getting ready for cow face pose. So just establishing this seated position first. Letting your hips relax and settle into this position, which can be a little bit intensive on our hips. And then from here, we're going to go into a bind behind our back. So reaching our hands together. If you reach behind and you think, I cannot feel my fingertips, take a belt between your hands so that you've got an extension and you can hold the belt and hold in this position, and then just gradually walk your hands down the belt until you come to a meeting point, or just holding the belt wherever it feels comfortable. So taking your left hand behind you and opening up your palm so that it's situated right in between your shoulder blades. And then raise the right arm up, bend through the elbow, and reaching for your fingertips. Once you've got your fingertips, just gripping your hands together. I could pretend and tell you that my hands are locked together and nobody would know. Everyone would probably believe me. I can feel my fingertips touching, but I cannot hold. 2 more breaths here. Slowly release. Let's take some shoulder rolls here. And then walk your hands forward, laying over your thighs. And just relax, allowing the body weight, the weight of your torso to drop over your legs, intensifying the stretch through your hips and pelvis. Slowly come up. Change sides. We can do the semi-special twirl or switch your legs over. Bring your knees stacked on top of one another, hips settled in between your feet. Just taking a few breaths, settling into this position. And now taking one hand behind, one hand over the top. I can reach on this side. So finding a position and then staying there about 5 breaths. Slowly release. Some little shoulder rolls. And then walk your hands forward, folding forward over your legs. And let your head hang heavy. And just relax into your breath. Slowly release. Take your legs out, feet in front just for a short break to rest your hips and legs. Windscreen wipe them from side to side, or just stretch them out and give them a little shake. And now coming into easy camel. On your knees, legs are hip distance apart, walking your hands back, placing your hands however they feel comfortable. I don't think it's inherently wrong to have your fingers facing towards your knees, your feet, or to have them back or out to the side. I would say plant them wherever they feel comfortable. And then inhale, start to press into the floor and reach through your sternum. So you're lifting, lifting, lifting through the chest. Lift, we take your eyes up. And if you can, taking your head all the way back, and further still, raising your hips up off your heels. So you're coming into an easy camel variation. Slowly release. Raise your head back to center. Hands back to your lap. We're going to do that one more time. Just take a little rest in between repetitions. So just that beautiful stretching open through the neck area, and then a relaxed compression coming back up. Walking your hands back. Inhale, lift through the chest, lift the hips, take the head back. 5 breaths here. Hips to your heels. Slowly press yourself back up. Head back to center. And relax. Drop your chin down toward your chest. Let your head hang heavy. Okay, so that was nice and invigorating. That means we don't have to do the full variation, right? Camel. Me and back bends. Okay, first, before we are going to go into full camel, but before we do that, we are going to grab our bolster. Take the bolster underneath your forehead. If you don't have your bolster handy, you can take your block and just crossing your arms in front of your legs and forehead to the bolster. Oh. Staying here for 5 breaths. And one more inhale. And exhale. Slowly press up. Now move the bolster out to the side. And we'll go into full camel. All right. So the full expression of camel pose is done with the feet flat and reaching your hands back to your heels. I'm going to journey through some modifications to ease ourselves into the pose, and you can pause at whichever modification feels most appropriate for you and just practice that one throughout this whole technique. Okay, so knees are hip distance apart. Inhale, grow nice and tall through your spine, lifting your ribs out of your waistline. Tuck your toes under and reach your left hand back for your left heel. Inhale, raise your right arm up. Nice deep breath here. And come back. Now lower your right hand to your right heel. Raise the left arm up. Exhale. And this time dropping both hands back. Inhale, lift through the sternum. So now we're combining that toe stretch from the beginning, the easy camel lifting through the sternum from earlier, our shoulder opening stretches, and taking your head back. Press your hips forward. Inhale, lift yourself up. A full variation now. Feet flat on the floor. Only doing this full pose if you feel ready for it. I project my extra cautiousness with, with back bends because I have such a sensitive back. But enjoy it. Full expression to full capacity. Absolutely explore the range of motion in your spine. Just do it nice and mindfully, and make sure that you're moving from a nice foundation and not rushing the pose too much. So taking your time, lift, 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 lift out of your hips, reaching back for your heels. And inhale. Press the hips forward, lift the sternum forward, and take the head back. Pressing your hands into your feet to help you lift. And inhale. Come up. Exhale. Hips to your heels. And now we'll take our bolster, this time laying our belly over our bolster, knees either side of your bolster, and fold forward. Relax. And turn your head to the other side. Come back to center. Inhale, press yourself all the way up. Going into a reclined hero now. So leaving the bolster where it is, let's take our bolster right to the back of our hips and sitting your hips in between your heels. And slowly walking your hands back, folding back over your bolster. And for tonight's supported hero, I invite you to either have your arms out to the side, palms up, or taking them up overhead and just loosely holding your elbows. Try to relax into this position, staying here for about 5 to 10 breaths. Okay, getting ready to slowly unravel and release out of the pose. Pressing your hands down into your feet or either sides of your body. Coming up to sitting. And slowly making your way over into that same variation of child's pose again, where we just bring your knees either side of the bolster, and you can bring it in nice and close to your groin and folding forward over your bolster, taking your spine in the opposite direction. And just sailing into your breath. Turn your head to the other side for a couple more breaths. And slowly come up. Okay, now we're going to move into our shoulder stand and plow practice now. Place my bolster over here. So coming down onto your back. If you're not feeling up to practicing shoulder stand, please go ahead and maybe just take your legs up the wall or even going into plow. So the whole idea is that we are creating that compression through this whole area. And also if you go into the hands clasped in shoulder stand and plow as well, it gives that nice armpit squeeze. And then the inversion through the central line as well helps with the circulation, as I mentioned earlier, through this whole lymphatic system area here, through the main channels. So taking your time to come up into the pose. For shoulder stand, you might like to go into a half shoulder stand supported with your hands first, and allow your legs to just be up at a 45-degree angle. And then you can decide once you get there, if you feel up to going all the way up. I'm heavily instructing here because once I go up, I can't really turn. And also it sounds like I'm price check up prune juice kind of a voice because the compression is so much through my neck. And then once you've had a bit of time, try and aim for about 10 breaths with your legs up, and then take your legs over for about another 10 breaths as well. Shoulder stand and plow can be held for up to 10 minutes to gain therapeutic benefit. So spending nice, relaxed quality time in these poses, breaking it up a little between shoulder stand and plow can help us to feel, you know, relaxed, but actually clock up 4 or 5 minutes holding these positions so that we can really get some of those nice therapeutic benefits. So take your time. All right, so shoulders down away from your ears. Gently lift the hips up, coming into a bridge position. Taking your hands underneath your hips and kicking your legs over. So you might just come to here, supported shoulder stand. Inhale, squeezing through the hips, lifting Mula Bandha. Interlock your hands. So I roll my shoulder blades in toward each other here already, like a bridge pose position, and then slowly start to lift up. Or for more support, taking your hands behind your back and using your hands to help lift the spine. And zip your ankles together, squeeze your inner thighs, your thighs, point your toes. And settling into your breath. When you're ready, feeling your way over into plow pose. Keeping your hips lifted as much as you can above your shoulders. Mine might not look like the best demonstration. I have just a sensitive neck, sensitive spine, all those things. So I'm a little bit gingerly moving into this position. But seeing if you can reach your toes for the floor or bending through your knees. Or just allowing your legs to float wherever they go to. Stay there for a few more breaths if you like. Or slowly make your way out. Once you come out of the pose, come down into a mini shavasana, straightening out your legs, turn your palms up. Just let everything balance out. Feeling that beautiful rush of circulation after being inverted with that strong compression through your neck and throat. And then start to gently rock your head from side to side, stretching out and releasing through your neck. Come back to center. Hug your knees into your chest. Give them a little squeeze. Make some circles with your knees. Rotating your knees round and round, and then taking them in the opposite direction. And then straighten out through your legs. Bending your right knee, taking your right knee over to the left side of your body. And then floating your right arm out, turning to look toward your right hand. Placing your left hand on top of your right thigh and just encouraging your knee and your arm down toward the floor. Staying here for about 10 breaths. See if you can relax through your belly. And come back to center. Straighten out through your right leg. Bend through the left knee, taking it over to the right side of your body. Right hand rests on top of your left thigh. And then extend or reach your arm out to the left, turning to look just beyond your left fingertips. Slowly make your way back to center. Hug your knees in and then take any last stretches that your body is craving before making your way down into Shavasana. I'm going to take a little extracurricular hip opener to settle my groins. As you get ready for Shavasana, just making sure that you stay nice and warm. So if you need to take a blanket or a jumper on or something like that, do what you need to do so that you can enjoy a very nice, relaxed Yoga Nidra. Once you're comfortable in Shavasana, taking your time to observe how your mind and body feel after your practice. And also a little moment of gratitude for our body too, that all the work that we're doing to support it is really to support all the work that it already does unconsciously, day in, day out. So just gratitude for this human form. It's all its miraculous workings that happen autonomously with very little awareness from us on most days. And once you feel into that warmth of gratitude, just allowing it to spread throughout every cell in your body. Now just focusing on relaxing each body part as I mention it. Bringing your awareness all the way down to your feet. Relax your toes. From your big toes to your little toes. Relax the soles of your feet. And feel your heels getting heavier and heavier. Relax your ankles. And relax your calf muscles. And feel your shins to be heavy. Soften into your knees. And soften into your thighs. And relax the tops of your thighs, your inner thighs and outer thighs, and your hamstrings. Relax your left hip and your right hip. And feel your entire pelvis to be soft and relaxed. Soften into your belly. And feel the sides of your torso melting down toward the floor. Relax your chest, your ribs, all the muscles in between each rib. Soften into your heart center. And relax into your collarbones, feeling them broadening and releasing. Relax your shoulders and all around your shoulder blades. Relax your upper arms, your elbows, your forearms, wrists, and hands. Moving your awareness to your lower back. Feel your sacrum broadening and releasing. Relax your lower back, your middle back, your upper back, and your neck. And just a little special attention throughout that whole neck and throat area that we've been working on tonight. Just allowing your breath and your awareness to cycle through this area. And relax into your head and face. Soften into your jaw, relaxing any unconscious tension that you might be holding in your jaw. Feeling your entire body to be heavy and relaxed. Feeling your lymph and blood, rasa, circulating more freely after your practice. And prana, the life air, circulating more freely, helping to support all the functioning of your body. And with our channels a little bit more unblocked and open, the reach of Atman, us, the spirit soul, the spiritual energy, can extend more fully out into the cells of our body, out into our limbs, out fully expressing out into our body. And now just taking your time here to relax in conscious awareness. Body is relaxed. Your mind is calm. Just taking this little pocket of time in your week, nothing else to do and nowhere else to be. Just resting in relaxed awareness. Slowly beginning to wake up your body, wriggling your fingers and toes. Gently rock your head from side to side. Take a big getting out of bed stretch, stretching out into your limbs. And then rolling over onto your right side and just taking a couple of breaths here, resting on your side, taking your hands under your cheek as a little cushion. Slowly press yourself up to sit. And we'll finish with a little kirtan. We'll sing the full pranams tonight. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya prayer, Bhajashri, and the Hare Krishna mantra. Just joining in as you feel comfortable. Resting your mind and heart in these beautiful sacred mantras. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Utale Srimate Siddham Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Your turn. Namo Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Siddham Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Bhajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadeva Bhakta Vrinda Bhajashri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadeva Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Rama. Last time, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Haribo. All right, bring our hands together in prayer position and bowing our heads to offer our respects to each other. And bowing our heads once more to offer our respects to the Supreme Soul. Namaste. Ah, thank you guys so much.
Thank you.
Mwah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I feel really good. Ah.
Me too.
Lovely to see you all, and I hope you have a nice day and night. For the rest
Yes.
of you guys.
Thank you.
All right. Hi, everyone. Namaste.